I thought I'd have a bit of a look at this sentient black goo stuff. You know, we hear a lot about the sentient black goo, that the Falklands War was nothing whatsoever to do with the Argentinians invading the Falklands. It was all about this sentient black goo on Thule Island. And South Thule, whatever you want to call it. And there's a guy that does, well, there's quite a few of them actually that do presentations on this sentient black goo. It's thinking black goo, and if it gets into your body, you know, it will take over your body, or, you know, whatever it's supposed to do. This stuff is supposed to have an agenda of taking over the planet. So I thought, oh, well, okay, let's have a look at this black goo. Of course, the guy, I think it's Vela or somebody, he holds up a jar of this sentient black goo, and of course nothing happens. It's just completely unsentient. It just sits there very much like this black goo is doing here. So anyway, I thought, well, I went on eBay and I just put in the search bar sentient black goo from Thule Island. And sure enough, this came up, and it said actual genuine samples obtained from Thule Island back in 1982. Now, these were apparently taken home by someone that worked for GEC Marconi at the time, but he was too scared to do anything with it, so he's just left it in the jars, basically. Didn't want to throw it away because he thought it might cause some sort of global catastrophe. Didn't want to flush it down the toilet, as many claim happened to most of it. I mean, that's what you do, and you know, with something that you think might destroy the world. If it's not doing what you want it to do, you flush it down the toilet and it ends up in the sewers. Just like nuclear waste, really. You know, all that nuclear waste, it doesn't get reprocessed and vitrified and put in steel drums and buried. They just flush it down the toilet. Okay, so here we have the sentient black goo. It's only 1995, by the way, fully guaranteed to be sentient or your money back. So I thought, well, can't really go wrong with that. Now, the problem with Vela's, whatever his name is, presentation is, he says that if he had 2 jars of this sentient black goo, they will be struggling to get at each other. They'd be struggling to get at each other. And of course, he only ever shows one, which just remains completely motionless. So I thought, okay, I'll order 2 of these. I'll order 2 of these, and I'll order them at different times. So they're not packaged together, because I wouldn't want anything nasty happening in the post. Okay, so I got the second one a couple of days back, which I thought was pretty good considering the Christmas post. And the fact that it comes all the way from GEC in Coventry. Now, in the UK, and I'm on the other side of the planet, although I have an English accent, obviously. So here we go, sentient black goo. Let's just see if these 2 jars of sentient black goo try to get at each other. I suspect, of course, nothing will happen. It's just going to sit there because it's just rubbish. Okay. So, here is our second jar of sentient black goo. Nothing so far. You see anything happening? I don't see anything happening. Oh, wait a minute. Good grief. There is something. Jesus. There is something happening. Hang on. Blimey. Can you see that movement in there? Can you see that? There is movement. There is some kind of movement in that. Hang on, let's just... I don't believe it. I'll tell you what. I'm going to get rid of this stuff very quickly. Can you see that? Did you see that movement? I can feel it. There's a force between these 2 jars. Can you see that rising up? And that right-hand jar there. Look at it. Look, it's actually trying to get. Jeez, it's almost like. Whoa, that is just. Look, it's trying to get out of the top at the other bloody jar. Gah. What if I turn it around? I'll tell you what, this is actually, yeah, there's a really powerful pull between these. Yeah. What if I do that? Yeah, look, Jesus Christ, it's happening on the other one. This is, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to get rid of this stuff immediately.